We are so excited to welcome into Big East women's basketball, the newest coach of the Butler Bulldogs, Austin Parkinson. And what better way to do it than with making your fast break debut? Coach, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be part of the Big East, and it's great to be able to join you.
Well, Coach, let's just get right down to it. Coming into Butler, there is so much excitement around the program. What are some of the big goals that you have looking at this team that you are starting to build this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first of all, the excitement of just in general of Butler University. I grew up in this state. Obviously, worked about 5 miles from here for the last 12 years, and have had great admiration for the university, the athletic department, and the potential that this job offers. And so we're excited to kind of take over and be part of the Big East and have a chance to compete night in, night out with the coaches and quality of basketball, being a basketball conference. For this team, obviously they've struggled the last couple of years, and we were able to kind of flip the roster quite a bit to allow us to be able to take the players that have returned and then some of the players that we're bringing in. So it gives us a chance to compete at a high level night in and night out. And I think we're excited to see what that looks like.
Coach, you mentioned it. You're coming right down the road, coming from IUPUI after spending 12 years there. You took a program that went from winning 3 games to then last season making an NCAA tournament appearance. What were some of the biggest lessons that you learned in your time there?
Yeah, I think a couple of things would be, first of all, is establishing, your culture, your way of doing things. For us, that's being very process focused. We never got consumed about, trying to hoist a trophy or cutting down nets. Not that those weren't goals, but we wanted to make sure that we operated on a daily basis that allowed us those opportunities if we took care of business. The second part was getting the right people in the program, and not just from a talent standpoint. I mean, I think that there are tons of talented players across the country. We wanted to get the right people. We wanted people that wanted to work, that love the game of basketball. I think that's something that's underrated. A lot of people play the game. I don't know if everybody loves the game. I feel like if you love the game, you're going to want to spend time on your craft, learning, growing, coming in the gym late at night, getting shots up. And so we've tried to establish and get those kids. And then really lastly, as we kind of built out, inside out, Indianapolis is a hotbed for basketball. The Midwest is a hotbed for basketball. And so we really tried to take care of our city, our state, and then recruit the surrounding states. And that was pretty key to what we were able to do at IUPUI.
And Coach, coming in one of the press conferences that you had with Butler, you talked about the university's culture of toughness, discipline, and selflessness. How are you bringing that into your culture now on the team as well?
Yeah, I think first of all, it starts in recruiting, and I think it's the way that you recruit. We want to bring in quality people. We talk about having good character, but people that I can enjoy, being around every day. I've got a 5-year-old daughter that runs around Hinkle Fieldhouse, like she owns the place. But I want her to be around people that, not just 3 of the players. I want every player to be somebody that she can look up to. I think if you get the right kind of people, that makes a huge difference. And then the other part of the basketball IQ, I always thought of Butler basketball as tough, smart. You look back at the years they were successful with, Whitney Jennings and Kristen Spoiler and, Sydney Buck and some of those players. They all had high basketball IQ. And I think for us and what we want to do, that's going to be important. And getting those players that have that will be key.
How excited are you, Coach? I know we are a little ways away, but when you look at what the Big East Conference schedule brings in, the other teams, the competition that you're going up against, could you kind of put into words what you are really most looking forward to this upcoming year with some Big East women's hoops?
Yeah, I got a chance to go to the Big East meetings, which was incredibly well done and professional this past month, and sitting in the room with all those coaches. It was exciting to see because they're just not just good coaches, but they're good people. But the thing that I think people can't truly appreciate is that we're a basketball conference. We are at the basketball conference, and so night in, night out to go against some Hall of Famers. I mean, there's Hall of Famers in our league. For us last year, we intentionally scheduled a tough schedule. We played top 10 Michigan, top 10 Iowa, and then played a top 25 team in Oklahoma. And for me as a coach, the preparation for that was exciting, challenging. And so getting this chance in the Big East to do that night in, night out, is going to be hard, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to the challenge.
Now, Coach, Big East women's basketball fans, they want to know a little bit more about the who behind the do, not just Coach Parkinson, a little bit more about Austin Parkinson himself. So we're going to go rapid fire here a little bit, but if you were playing the pregame playlist for your team to warm up, what are some of the songs that we're going to hear?
Oh man. Well, my wife would be giving me a hard time about my playlist. Let's see, playlist. We would have Imagine Dragons. I think I'm trying to think who else would be on that list. Probably some, old school hip hop songs, maybe from my era, Dr. Dre and some of those guys. But yeah, my music playlist is kind of all over the place.
I love that though. A good little blend of everything. A nice little blend of everything. How about post-game meal after a big win? We're gonna have a celebratory dinner. What's on the menu?
Well, probably the routine the last couple of years has been my daughter loves to come back to the locker room afterwards, and then she always wants to ride home with me. So it's usually a cross between pizza if it's still open. Unfortunately, and this is sad to say, but 11 o'clock at night, not much is open by our house. So she's usually begging for McDonald's happy. And so she usually wins that battle.
We are big pizza conference here though. So your go-to pizza, what are the toppings? Are we getting a little crazy here?
Thin crust, sausage, pepperoni, and onion. I'm a very routine person, so I don't break from that too often.
I love that. And Coach, we are coming up on Father's Day as well. You are a father yourself, and your players also look up to you a lot. What is one of your favorite things about being a dad?
Well, just the one-on-one time I get to spend, with my daughter and son. My son's 11 months old, so he's just crawling around and running all over the place. But my daughter, I kind of joke she's my shadow. She goes with me everywhere, and whether it's Hinkle Fieldhouse on a Sunday night, or she wants to go to the driving range. She just wants to be where daddy's at. And so that's pretty cool to me. And, I will say, I think being a parent helped me become a better coach. It gives you a different perspective, different level of empathy that you may not otherwise have when you're, when I was a 29-year-old, not married, first year coach. That's definitely changed now that I've got, a wife and 2 kids.
Coach, it is summertime. The driving range, are we a big golf guy?
Love to golf. My dad lives about 15 minutes away. We like to play. I'm trying to get the little one involved, but love to get out and play golf. The other thing I like to do is take the kids to the pool. I'm a big reader. I like to read quite a bit. So used to, I could sit and read. Now it's I got to keep an eye on the little ones as they're running between the 2 or 3 different pools that we belong to.
Love that, Coach. I might have to pick your brain on some books there. We love a good book. Coach Parkinson, welcome into the Big East Conference. We are so excited to watch you and the Butler Bulldogs this upcoming season. Thank you so much for joining me.
Awesome. Thank you.